6:45 now in Consumer 10, the biggest wedding boom in nearly 40 years. Data from the Wedding Report estimates there will be 2.5 million weddings this year. It's sweet, but certainly not cheap. For Consumer 10, Krista Frost talked with a bride and planner to find out ways of cutting the costs. And we're going to need a lot of ways, Krista.
We are going to need a lot of ways. I mean, because that's what everyone wants to know, even if you're just attending a wedding. But obviously, if you're a bride and you're a groom, you're going to want to figure out ways of cutting that cost, or even if you're a guest, like cutting the cost of maybe any gifts. So here's the thing. A report from the Wedding Report shows that the cost of weddings right now, they're up about 10 to 15% right now. That's compared to before the pandemic. So we did talk with an expert wedding planner to figure out some ways that you can save.
The number one driver for weddings in regards to your budget is the guest count.
You may want that big wedding of 200 guests, but event planner at Distinct Planning LLC, Lucretia Williams, says cutting that down will also cut that cost. And that might be necessary given inflation and demand.
There has been a huge increase in every single category in regards to vendors.
That's something bride Tiffany Hunt has experienced firsthand.
It is extraordinarily expensive. It is significantly more expensive than I even anticipated.
She called around to get prices on her destination wedding from vendors, but she's giving a warning out to other engaged couples.
When a vendor gives you a price, the first time they get you a price, get it in writing. Because what I did is a lot of conversation, and what I found is the uncertainty of COVID made people more conservative in their pricing. But then as things started to come up, since I didn't have it in writing, I did have that experience where people raised their prices.
And it's not just an increase in vendor price. If you're planning a destination wedding like Hunt, consider this.
Flight costs have skyrocketed. And so, I have many guests who are like, this is the most money I've ever spent on a trip.
And it's not just a higher price tag for your dream wedding. You may want to give it a little bit more time to pull it all together, because Hunt, she bought her wedding dress in July of last year. And here's the thing, she just had a fitting maybe a week or two ago, and her wedding, is in like a month. So she's really trying to get that together. And that's all because of the supply chain issues that we saw because of the pandemic. So you really just want to be mindful about where you're going and, of course, what they have available if you're planning for that very special, maybe a little expensive, but very big day. But for now, I'm reporting live in Dublin, Krista Frost, 10 TV News.